Hi, Joaquenssi. So nice to see you. So I'm super happy to welcome Joaquenssi today. He is LND's new Senior Business Development Manager. And Joaquenssi, out of all the people that I've interviewed for the show on the team, I think you might have the most interesting career path and how you got into engineering. And I really would love to share it with our audience because I feel like it's so inspirational for people that have different backgrounds.
Okay. So introduction to my background is rooted in both athletics and academics. So I played college football, which kind of started to lay the foundation for my discipline and work ethic. And then later after college football, I competed in the professional level with Kansas City Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And through that experience, it exposed me to like the elite level of performance standards, accountability and the highest level, and the importance of preparation. So alongside football, I had pursued in studies. I built a foundation with engineering support to support my transition as far as from life after football into the energy.
That sounds super interesting, and especially for a lot of college athletes. So, do you mind sharing a bit about how working in football kind of influenced you in creating a specific mindset that served you in engineering in the energy field?
Yeah. So the football mindset that was instilled into me centered around like resilience and preparation and execution. So when you're competing in both the collegiate and NFL levels, it reinforces success, which is built on consistency. So it makes you get into a mindset to having an attention to detail and ability to perform under pressure. So in the engineering field, you have a lot of pressure that you have to deal with. And with football, it's like every single snap that you take, there's a decisive moment that you have to kind of basically, it's like a mathematical problem on the football field. So you have to dissect your defense to understand where the best possible route to go in order to score a touchdown. That's how it is in the engineering field. And I carry that same mindset into the business because I'm always prepared and I always am in a position where I can be adaptable and focus on delivering results.
And I know in your role now in business development, you do a lot of networking and relationship building, and that's kind of how you built such a strong network over the years. How did those relationship building and networking skills kind of start out when you were at that phase in your career?
Well, the way it worked in the professional level, leaving out of football, success it depends heavily on the trust that they have for you and your communication between them. So being part of an organization like the Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it meant working alongside like diverse personalities aligning towards a common goal. So when you have like your teammates, so I played center and guard. So my years there, I was roughly at a guard. So I had to trust the fact that the left tackle and the center was going to communicate all the nuances of the offense and relay messages to me. So if I had to pull around and get a linebacker, they would communicate which linebacker I had to get. And that kind of helped me in that type of situation because there is different type of styles that they have. And that experience translated into the business development side because where I'm building strong and genuine relationship is an essential for my long-term success in the industry.
Awesome. And I know L&D kind of has not only engineering work, but a lot works with a lot of utilities and has a big field service technician team. How did you know after football that that is the world you wanted to get into?
So I want to say it was actually before football. I kind of already knew this industry. I used football as a means to pay for college. So I really didn't have the mindset of going professional. It's just that it kind of happened in a way the Lord basically positioned me in that sense. So I worked through college and then God made it a way for me to kind of test the waters just to understand if this really what I wanted to do or is engineering what I wanted to do. But after my football career, I transitioned to engineering and utility space, gaining like hands-on experience in the field service testing and commission reliable electrical infrastructure. I work closely with utilities, like for instance, Florida Prime Light throughout high school as well as in college. I had externships, and then there were some medium high voltage contacts that I did work with, especially with Entergy. And I focused on like the safety and compliance and operation and performance, which allowed me to fully get an understanding of utility. And especially it worked well because my actual engineering degree was a concentration in power.
Got it. Okay, awesome. And then how did you, and that's, I feel like what I love about the engineering and energy industry is that it's so large and complex. How did you discover your passion for business development within that?
While being an engineer, I realize in every phase that I'm always building a brand of the company that I'm with. So with the work that I do, it's actually in a form of business development. So my movement to business development came naturally from my field experience. I understood like the technical challenge of our clients so that I worked for and whatever they faced. And I was able to connect those needs with the practical solutions. And that ability allowed me to bridge the gap between technical execution and strategic growth, positioned me well within this role.
Awesome. So you worked with a wide variety of companies as well. How do you think like this background in the diverse roles that you filled have helped you prepare for what you do now at L&D with our different customers?
Having like a both high performance athletic background and technical field experience, it allowed me to connect a wide range of stakeholders. So basically, especially in the I would say in the sports industry, there's a lot of people that kind of either they have oil companies, and with oil you have utility, and there's some that have stakes inside the different utility companies. So it allowed me to leverage those connections, and I can relate to a sense of urgency and precision required to in the field while also aligning with my executive level objectives. Something that's like critical when it comes to supporting L&D's clients. So you have to be in a sense of urgent to get the work done, and you have to be precise to make sure that the client is taken care of.
Yeah, I love that. Also, really good. I never would have thought of the connection in like the energy oil companies to the sports owners, but that is so right. I know you've had a long career. Have you noticed any trends in the engineering industry over time?
I would say the trend in the industry I would see is like well, it's so within the utility, it's always evolving and rapidly growing. So there's something new. So you have this new sense of the data centers that's pulling out and more sense on the renewables. So it's a strong push towards grid modernization and digitalization. And it's like making sure that we improve the reliability because there's been instances where huge storms have hit and the reliability of the grid has kind of went down, especially in Texas for one, where they were expected a cold strike, and the grid was not prepared. And you have the same situation in Georgia where there was like a snowing situation. It kind of shut down the highway and shut the grids down. So basically, it's just pushes for us to remodernize the grid and kind of improve the system reliability. And seeing this, it increased the adoption of like advanced testings and methods and like technologies that will help our utility come to operate more efficiently and be more proactive when it comes to certain disasters.
Yeah, and especially with very relevant to our work in Puerto Rico as well.
Yep.
That's really a good point. And especially with a lot of our work in data centers now, do you have any predictions of how that will influence renewables over time or over the next few years?
I would say with the data centers, they cannot mostly rely on renewables because they kind of operate on both transmission and the BESS system. BESS is the renewable side. So they need different forms of energy because if they're overloading a system on transmission, they need something to kind of mitigate if there was a load drop on the on the utility side. If there's a load drop, then the renewables kick in until that is corrected. So it's going to be hand in hand.
Okay. Very interesting. And I know you travel a lot for your role now, and you're constantly doing relationship building and site visits and visiting clients and conferences. So maybe no day looks the same, but generally, what does your role as a senior business development manager at L&D entail responsibility wise?
So my role as a senior business development manager, is like a focus of driving growth and identifying new opportunities for the company. So basically strengthening the client relationships I do have already and building new client relationships and aligning our services with the customer needs. So if I see that we provide something that they're consistently asking for and they are unable to meet that need, I feel that I have the ability to go in there and say, hey, this is what we provide, this we can do, and this is how we can help and build the trust between the client and LD. And once that happens, it allows us to get more services.
Awesome. And I know you're doing an excellent job at that so far. You really hit the ground running. What is it that excites you maybe the most about what you currently do? Is it working with a variety of clients? Is it the different types of projects we work on? Or like, what are you most looking forward to?
What excites me the most is the impact of the work that I do and we do as as a company. So we're supporting with LND, we're supporting critical infrastructure and playing a role in the transition to renewables to energy. And the combination of meaningful projects, the strong client partnerships, and the opportunity to continuously grow, it makes LND a great place to be. But the other thing that kind of excites me the most is the fact that I'm in a sense I'm truly value is the level of trust and autonomy that L&D has in me. So I'm given the freedom to be myself in how I build relationships and pursue opportunities, which allows me to connect authentically with the clients and ultimately secure the contracts a lot easier. and it allows me to kind of be in the mode where I'm comfortable and cool, and it allows me to drive to another level to obtain the work. And the balance of independence and support is a big part of what makes me stand out a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I also love that L&D does not believe in micromanaging, so we allow you to like fully tackle your role as best as you see fit and operate in the way that best serves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love that answer. I'm very proud of L&D's positive impact on the energy industry as well. So, do you have any advice for maybe someone really early in their career that wants to do what you do one day? What would you tell them?
Be a sponge. So
Okay,
everyone comes sometimes when they leave out of college, they get this mindset that as if they know everything. So we have a lot
that's
of
true.
new age people that kind of jump out there and say, "Hey, I want to get paid this much because
Mm,
I have this degree." But you have this degree with no experience. So if you're jumping into something, you're basically going to be a fish out of water without the experience. So it's better to be a sponge and be in a sense of listen more than you speak when it comes to this type of industry. Because if you think you know something and you go out there, all you're going to show is that you really don't know anything, because in the field is not the same as the classroom.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. And let's say you're speaking to someone who's in college now or 22 with no experience, but you're looking to hire someone maybe underneath you one day, like for your team. What are the top three qualities that you look for in someone who you think would really thrive in business development and specifically like in the energy industry as well?
I would say the first quality to be a go getter, someone that's willing to kind of go above and beyond to obtain what is needed for the company, but have a sense of morality, because there's certain people that will kind of go and get something, but do it the wrong way. Everything has to be done
Hmm.
the correct way, because you have to walk a thin line in this industry, because one wrong move can kind of catapult your career to the wrong situation. So just have go getter attitude, a sense of morality. And I would say organization/time management, because you don't want to overwork yourself trying to basically get a dollar in a sense, because the job is always going to be there.
I feel like the higher up you get, the more everyone talks to one another.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything lasting impression you want to say to our audience about either your role at LNDTS or what you're excited about? I know you're working on so many different projects all the time, and I really am excited for all the clients that you're bringing. So, is there any like type of project or client in particular that excites you the most about what you're doing next?
What I'm the one that excites me the most is the Entergy one, and that's been like a client that's kind of been I've been told that's hard to get client in a situation of as far as getting work, and the fact that I was able to secure opportunity, that what excites me the most to see what the next things that we can do with the company. With Encore, I had excitement with Encore, but we ended up grabbing that Encore contract rather quickly. It was actually faster than what
Yay!
I expected to happen. So it was kind
Yeah.
of a shocking thing and moved that fast. But with Energy and Clearway Energy, which is
Hmm.
another renewable company that we want to go after, those are the two I'm really excited about.
Awesome. And that's a testament to your skills and relationship building, truly.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we are so happy to have you on the team. I feel like you really energized the sales and marketing side of our team. So, really happy about that. And I can't wait to see everything you do from here. So, thank you again so much for talking with me today. I'm really excited to share this episode with our audience. And if anyone has any questions for Joaquenssi, just comment them below. And until then, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.